With Music Therapy Week just around the corner, music therapists from around the Motu will be involved in a handful of free events from Whangarei to Christchurch, committed to focusing on mental health and well-being within the industry. The week will also celebrate the innovative ways therapists are practicing to keep their clients safe in 2020. Registered music therapist Ruby Solly from Ngaitahu and Megan Glass join me now from Pōneke. Morena korua.
Morena, kia ora.
Firstly, for viewers at home and myself included, what is music therapy and who does it benefit?
So music therapy is basically the idea of using music to achieve non-musical goals, and these can be a range of social, health goals, a whole range of different things. So it's based around each individual person and their needs. So it can really vary depending on who you're working with, and we work with a huge range of populations.
Yeah, so we might work with people in prisons, in special education, neonatal unit. There are music therapists in a really broad range of places across the country now.
Wow. So international research has shown with the use of MRI scans that music can actually unlock areas of the brain that other medical procedures have yet to reach. How is this possible?
Isn't it fantastic? All that research is just wonderful for us as music therapists, because it actually explains a little bit more about what we do and why we do it, and actually the science behind it. So MRI scans have shown recently that the idea of music just being in one part of the brain, language on one side, music on the other, is absolutely not true. Music is actually embedded across all areas of the brain. So when you're especially actively making music and being creative like that, everything is working in the brain. So if there's damage to one part of the brain, you can still access all sorts of wonderful development, rebuilding neural pathways in the brains, and through the fact that music is everywhere in the brain rather than just one place. So you can't knock music out of your brain. It's embedded.
Beautiful, and you're so right. But what does an actual music therapy session look like?
Well, that depends. Do you want to start?
Yeah, so it really depends on the population you're working with and the needs of the individual. So I guess examples can often be the best thing to do. So I've done a lot of work with teenagers. So often work with teenagers in kind of a psychosocial space will include songwriting and kind of looking at things they're interested in and giving them a way to process things through kind of writing and using music as a motivator. We're also using music for things like mastery, so that people can have a sense of achievement that we can then take and then transfer to other areas of their lives so they can experience that satisfaction elsewhere.
It's a very creative process. It's all about what you're doing with the music at the time. So it's not really outcome focused. Well, a therapeutic outcome, but there's a lot of it. So you see, making music, there might be dancing, singing, playing a really wide variety of instruments. And it all depends on what motivates the person you're working with too. So you can see people there dancing, different instruments. There's the vibrations there that you can feel from the drum, as well as actually the sound, there's the feel of it, the sense.
And I suppose in a way with all this research, it's validation for what you guys are teaching, but what we've known for so many years, forever, it seems.
Completely. I think especially in a Te Ao Māori perspective, I've really found when I was doing my research, which was mostly into the use of taonga pūoro within music therapy, which is a reasonably new field in terms of modern music therapy and taonga pūoro coming together. But, our tūpuna were therapists in the way that they use their instruments. And so, yeah, it's things that we've always known, this intuitive knowledge that now we have kind of the science there to back it up.
Aio Morito was gifted to Music Therapy New Zealand in 2013 and is being performed by a virtual choir as part of Music Therapy Week 2020 celebrations. Tell us about this waiata.
All right, so this is a beautiful waiata by Takuta Te Mana Aroha Rolo. and it was composed on the plane journey to the annual conference in 2013, where she was a guest speaker. And Ai o Mauri Tau is about nourishing and protecting our wairua, our hininaro, our tinana, kind of all the different taha of the Te Whare Tapawha. So it's a song that was especially relevant when it came out, but it's relevant for all time, and it's especially relevant to us at the moment during the context of the pandemic. So we've used this song to kind of encourage each other to look after our own health and things like that, so we can pass that on to our patients as well.
Wow. So tell us more about the virtual choir and how people can tune in from home.
Well, this is being released through the Music Therapy New Zealand Facebook page next Monday, the 19th of October. It's the opening of our annual Music Therapy Week. So people will find it there. It will also go out on the Music Therapy New Zealand website. The words, I believe, are on it. So once you've heard it once or twice, you can sing along as well. And you'll get to see, I think it's 27 music therapists there are 73 registered music therapists in New Zealand now, so 27 of us on the virtual choir, having a chance to sing together, which is really lovely because we've been doing so much virtual work with our clients over the last few months. Really nice to be able to get together and create this as a group.
Beautiful. Well, Ruby Solly and Megan Glass, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Kia ora.
Kia ora.